Hey online crew, I'm going to share with you today some latest Facebook and Instagram updates. These are not earth-shattering updates, but they're certainly things that you should just be across and that you might like to know. So every now and again, I'll come up to speed with what's happening on the platforms, and I just like to share that with you. Sometimes that's new features that some of you will have and some of you won't have. Sometimes when I talk about this stuff, some of you will have it and some of you won't have it. But if you see things pop up, you'll know what it is because I've alerted you to it. Or if there's a new feature, you want to adopt it if you have it, because the algorithms always favor new things and people that adopt new things. So that's always handy to kind of know about, as well. And things that are just going on with the platforms that are sometimes spammy or warnings or glitches or things that are happening, I like to warn you about as well and how to handle them. So hopefully you'll find this a little bit interesting. Before I get into the updates, any of you that are in my coaching community, I forgot to mention on yesterday's live, I did an exclusive training for you guys yesterday on the power of storytelling in your social media content, all your social media content, and it's just such an important training. Everyone got a lot out of it that was on with me live. So if you're in my coaching community, go and check out the replay of that training. If you missed it, it's definitely not a training that you want to miss. Okay. So if you are here with me live or catching the replay at some stage, just say hello. Let me know that you are here. It would be nice to give you a bit of a shout out. So, hey, Mel, thank you for saying good morning. In your part of the world, it's morning. We do have a global audience here. So depending on where you're watching from around the world, it could be day, afternoon, evening. Let me know where you're watching from. So let's get straight into it. Instagram. If you post on Instagram, you may be aware that there is something called carousel posts. Now, carousel posts are posts on Instagram where you can include more than one image. So if you just include one image on an Instagram post, then it's obviously just a post. But if you want to do a series of images, then it's called a carousel post. Now, up until recently, the maximum that you could do on a carousel post on Instagram is 10 images. It would cap out there. It would actually stop you from posting anymore. I found this when I was traveling in America just recently, and I had lots of photos that I was sharing. So I was sharing lots of photos on Facebook, and I wanted to share all the same stuff on Instagram, but I could only post a maximum of 10. So that has just increased to 20. So if any of you, I don't know if many of you do use carousel posts or you do put a lot of images on Instagram, but the limit has been increased from 10 to 20 now. The reason that Instagram are doing that is to compete with TikTok again. So TikTok does give the ability to do image posts now, but I think it's 32 images, so quite a lot. So Instagram, TikTok's always the leader in things, and when things like that come out on TikTok, then shortly after, usually we see it on Instagram. We don't actually have a limit on Facebook, so that's kind of irrelevant. So that's new. There's a brand new metric on Instagram, which is called just views. It's a new views metric. So everything on Instagram is being measured by views. So that's views on your, like traditionally you would probably think of a view as on a video, as on a reel, but it also means like a view of a post. So this is the new Instagram metric that we're all going to be measured by. It's called views. So it's every time somebody's seeing something of yours. And in relation to like video based, what we've been used to previously is somebody like if somebody watches a live video of you, it takes like 3 seconds to register as a view. So if you do a live video and you see views, you look at how many people watched your live video. It doesn't actually register until somebody's watched your video for 3 seconds. And that's always been the same on Instagram as well. Not anymore. So a view is something that that somebody's seen in a millisecond. So those of you that are on Instagram, building on Instagram, then this should make a difference as to your insights. And you might, if you see your insights kind of increase, this could be the reason for it because it's a new metric. Now, the really interesting one on Instagram, and I don't have it, depending on where you're based as to whether you will have this or not, but it was only released on the 29th of July, so not even a month ago, and it's called AI Studio. So if you're in the United States, you might have this. If you're not in the United States, you probably won't if you go looking for it. But when it does get rolled out to other countries, I would be looking for this one because I reckon this sounds pretty cool. Okay, so let me share with you what it is. So AI Studio launched on Instagram on the 29th of July. So I'm just reading exactly what it is. It allows you to create and discover an AI character. So it's all related to AI. And allows creators to build an AI as an extension of themselves. Meaning that you can create your own AI character. That's not necessarily new, but this is new, AI Studio. And you can get this AI character to kind of respond to people more quickly and your followers more quickly. Like, it's going to enable you to do more things more quickly on Instagram. So I think this is going to be pretty cool, but I don't have it yet to test it. But if you do have the feature on Instagram called AI Studio to create an extension of you through an AI character, then it'll take you through some template prompts to create your own AI character. So let me read a little bit more of this. So it can just be for you, or you can share your AI character with your followers and your friends, and even make it available for anyone to discover in a chat with you on Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, and the big wide world of the web. Okay. So some of the examples it gave is you can make an AI that teaches you how to cook. You can make an AI character that helps you with your own Instagram captions. So it can kind of like write them for you. And you can generate memes to make your friends laugh. Like, the possibilities are endless. This is the scary world of AI that we're all moving into. But what I like about this one, let me share with you a little bit more. With AI Studio, Instagram creators can set up an AI as an extension of themselves that can quickly answer common questions in your DMs, and stories, replies. So your AI Studio, where you create an AI character there's an extension of yourself, can help you reach more people on Instagram and fans, and help you respond faster. So if you have this, if you're in the United States and you have this, if you go to your DMs in Instagram and you go to start a new message, you should have an option that says AI chats. And if you go into AI chats, it'll take you through customized prompts to create this AI character of yourself. And you can train it to do what you want it to do. So that sounds pretty cool to me. So watch out for that one. And if you're in other countries, we will hopefully we'll get that soon. Okay. Now, in relation to Facebook, how many of you get warnings from Facebook and you have no idea whether they're legitimate or not? This is something for you to all watch out for. There is a lot of spam on Facebook, and there's a lot of spam when it comes to warnings that you get, or a message that you get. You've violated community standards, or you've violated something, and you see a message come up in your notifications that will ask you to click on a link or appeal or something like that. Most of that is spam, okay? Facebook have just released a new update that said they're going to educate people when they've done something wrong, rather than giving them. So even if a warning is legitimate, like if you get a message like that, that it's going to be, what should I say? It's going to be, well, let me just read what they said. So, hang on. Where am I on the right page of my notes? Okay. Okay. Where is it? Okay. So Facebook is about to start something new with community standards violation warnings. So some of you may have had one of these before. I often get messages going, Helen, is this legit or not? I don't know if I've done something wrong or not. So Facebook has just introduced a new warning and education for first-time offenders. So it's focusing on educating, not punishing people for violating community standards. They're starting with people on a professional mode of the personal profile. And this new training will help people learn from their mistakes rather than immediately incurring a formal warning. Okay, so that's a good thing for all of you. So if you see something from Facebook that says you've violated community standards and your account is about to be deleted, I would be 99% sure that that is a fake message. Okay. This new introduction by Facebook to educate people rather than penalize people even highlights the fact even more that if you get a message that says you've done the wrong thing, your account is about to delete it, that it's going to be fake. Okay. I want to read you one that I receive at least a couple of times a week, and I recognize the wording. So I just, first I hide it from my feed so no one else can see it, because some of them are actually, particularly on my business page, they're actually picking on my profile picture and putting a post underneath the profile picture so everybody else can see it on my page. Okay. Any kind of warning about a violation would not be a public post like that. So there's a trigger. It's just important for you to realize what's fake and what's not on Facebook particularly. Okay. I'm going to read you this. So if you come across a message that reads like this, 99% sure that it's going to be fake. Okay. So this is what it says. This image contains copyrighted material that has violated the terms and service and community guidelines. To prevent your account from permanently being deleted, we recommend completing these steps in the next few minutes. Please review and submit your complaint here, and then it's got a link for you to click on. Okay? You have 24 hours to file an objection to our decision. If the deadline is missed, your account will be permanently disabled. Thank you for your cooperation, and there's a bit more wording under that. So if you see anything written like that, because they copy and paste it and heaps of people do it, and they're sending it out to a whole lot of business pages and people are freaking out. If that's what it says, do not do anything with it. The main thing about warnings like that is not clicking on any links if you don't think it's legit. And one of the things, if you receive those kind of things via email, or even in your notifications, have a look at where it's coming from. So if it's coming from like a message from somebody with a name and then it's ABCY case, blah, 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 it's not legitimate. And if you click on an email warning from Facebook that's got like a really weird email address, it's fake. Don't click on any links, people. Okay? So I just wanted to warn you around that. And it is rife at the moment for fake accounts. People are copying people's profiles and creating, fake personal profiles and fake business pages all the time. Do yourself a favor and support each other. As soon as you see something that you know is fake from somebody, or you get a friend request from somebody you already know and you already know that you're friends, it's probably from a fake account. Do not accept it. That's when it infiltrates through all of us, and then it's really hard to catch, and then people's accounts get kind of taken over. So if you get a friend request from somebody that you already know that you're probably friends with, that's your first sign to go, okay, is this so legitimate? And so you go to the account, you look at the account. A really big trigger for fake accounts is that all the content of that account is created on the same day. That's the very first thing that I look at. So if I get a friend request from somebody that I know and it's like, that's a bit weird, we're already friends, I'll go and click on the account, and somebody might have done the hard yards and put a whole lot of posts, but have a look at the date. And if all those posts were created on the same date, that is absolutely 100% a fake account. And you should alert the person to it, so then the person can put something on their feed, Facebook or Instagram, saying, this is a fake account. Please don't do anything with it, and report it. Okay. Unfortunately, the reporting doesn't really do a lot. It's not very effective, but at least it's something. Now, here's something for those of you that have hung in there and got this far with the video. Here's something that's not necessarily a latest update, but it's something that I shared with my coaching community yesterday, which can help increase your engagement and reach, particularly on Facebook, is this kind of sequence of posting. And this is not rocket science. It's just the way the algorithm works. It's really quite simple. If you want to put something out that that is an important story, it's a post that you want a lot of people to read. It's something that you would like to get more engagement on. So it's one of those posts where it's like, I want to put a bit of thought into this and I would love to get some more engagement, from the people that are following me. One, pick your time when you post it. Do not post willy-nilly. Like, test when you post things for the level of engagement. I know exactly, well, not exactly, but around about the time frame that I need to post in my time zone to catch in my time zones and other time zones where I'm going to get the most engagement. Do you know that? Okay, you should know that. If you don't know that, then you're probably not paying enough attention to your social media and when you get more engagement than not. But I know roughly what time of day to post where I'm going to get more eyeballs on my content. So that's number one. If you've got an important post you want to put out there, pick the time of day where you know you're probably going to get most of the engagement. Secondly, make sure you stay close to your social media shortly after you post that. So if you get any engagement, that you respond back straight away with not an emoji, with not a few words, but a sentence. So thanking somebody for, you look at any posts on my personal profile, I am always responding back to everybody. Well, for the most part, as long as I catch it. And I'm responding back with more than just one word. I'm responding back with multiple words. I'm thanking people for their feedback or their thoughts or their, whatever they've said. So you want to respond back in a very timely manner, and you want to respond back with as many characters as you can write, because they are all signals that trigger the algorithm. Okay? When you post something, you get engagement, and then you engage back quickly with a number of characters, and even if they respond back and you've got like a conversation going on, that's what drives the algorithm to push your post out to more people. Okay, so when you're aware of these kind of little things, you can actually get more engagement and more connection from your social media. Okay, coaching community members, pair that with the training that I did for you guys yesterday on storytelling, and it's a winning combination. Okay. The other thing is, if you are getting traction from something, on your social media, don't go and post something shortly afterwards where, the algorithm's going, oh, I was getting good traction from this, but now they've posted this, so I'm going to concentrate on sending that out to some people and not send this out to people anymore. Like, you don't have to post every day anymore. It's been like that for quite some time. You don't need to flood your social media by posting every single day. If you're getting traction on something, let it run for a couple of days. Leave it alone. Let it run its course. Keep engaging and interacting and having conversations within the newsfeed, and let it filter out faster, through the algorithm. So if you stayed on this video until the end, I hope that's a little bit helpful to you, because for some of you, it's learning how to work a little bit smarter on social media rather than working harder, or just posting for the sake of posting and not having any thought to what it is that you're posting, the storytelling component of posting, when you post, the fact that more characters when you respond drives the algorithm to send your content out to more people. Okay, the algorithm will filter out comments with like one word or one emoji. And, you should always, I don't know if you do this, But another thing you should do is always go back every couple of days, go back to your post, particularly on Facebook, pull down the little arrow that says newest, because new comments can get buried, especially if you've got a few of them. So I always go back to my post, pull down the little drop down arrow underneath the post. I'd show you, but I'm on my phone on Instagram over here. And I click down newest, and then it'll bring me up the newest posts at the top. And then I always make sure that I'm responding back to those. So don't, I know we're in a world where we just keep moving forward. You do a post and then you do another post and then you do another post, and we always keep moving forward. But what helps your engagement and your algorithm is always going back to your previous post, pulling up the newest comments, and keep responding. Keep things, alive. Keep your algorithm humming. Okay? So, I don't know if that's helpful at all, but every now and again, I just like to give you new updates or tips as to, how the platforms are working, what's happening, what's coming, so you can look out for those things as well. And sorry to hear that, Mel. Just picked up a comment. I got hacked that way, and my account I had for 14 years was gone overnight. This is why, as a community online, you want to help people out, and when you see, that grows, because people's accounts get hacked and then they lose their accounts. Like, it's devastating when something happens like that. And for those of you that are seriously building a business on social media, this is why you also, topic for a different day, different conversation, but you do, if you are serious about building a business online, then you should always look at somewhere along the line in your journey, implementing email marketing, because it's the only thing that you own. You don't own your social media. You don't own your TikTok. You don't own your Facebook. You don't own your Instagram. It can be taken, unfortunately, like Mel, had an account for 14 years, gone overnight. The only thing you own is an email list. So just food for thought. It may not be for you if you're a beginner, but somewhere along the line, it is a strategy, and a skill that you want to adopt. Okay? So thank you for joining me. I hope that's sort of helpful or knowledgeable in some way, those little tips. This is my last live video for the week. So make sure that you join me next week for more training. Have an amazing weekend. Coaching community members, make sure you catch yesterday's training on storytelling, because it was really quite powerful if you adopt what I shared with you. Okay? I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.